Okay, I'm recording this video for you, Sylvia. I respect the fact that you said, I think these were pretty much the exact words on one of the very last text messages that works for you, and I respect that. Unfortunately, you know, when you said, and this could be taken several different ways. By the way, I'm going to start my all-electric car because this is part of what I want to talk to you about today. This is my all-electric Kia rental car. I have a 308-mile range. I don't know what that is in kilometers, but I just charged this today. And I have a story to tell that I can't tell, or should I say, I could tell the story in text form, but I would probably die before I could finally tell you my story. And I've tried. I have pages and pages and pages and pages of text and videos and videos and videos and videos. Today's date here in Mile High City. Actually, I'm right outside Sloan Lake. I just charged up my, when I say my, it's not my car. It's a Lyft Express Drive all-electric car that I've had since May 6th, the beginning of the summer. Now it's winter, specifically January 21st. Going into 2025, this is my story. I have a lot to unpack here. I hope you stay tuned. Of course, this is Doug Wirma, and I got a story to tell. I call this story at this point, although it may be shifting gears, called Driving to Tokyo. Involves
Uh-oh. Amen. Yippee. Oh my. All that stuff's coming. Yellow lights, red lights. Go see some family. Family comes sees us. Go to the airport. Oh, wrong gate. Oh, flash delayed. Oh, gotta drive. Need to pull over for gas. Wait a minute. Why is there construction? All these things as we're moving around this holiday season. Make sure we're staying on our frequency. We got green lights on the go. Notice this is an agile paperback. Throw it in your backpack, put it in your back pocket. You catch a red light, you're at a yellow light, got a decision to make, grab a pop of this, on the go.
Live stream that I've ever done on Facebook, and I'm with some friends that I've shared an event this weekend. Wow. Wow. Look. Check it out. Oh, yeah. And this.
2 for $5.
And Brian, my friend Brian's a lot more experienced at this than I am. Starbucks, Saturday morning. I'm 71 years old, a few days before my mom's 90th birthday, January 1st. And unfortunately, I'm not going to be there. I wasn't there when my dad celebrated his 90th birthday, and I wasn't there when my dad died. It would mean the world to me. I mean, it would mean the world to my mom if I was there. That's one of the things about money. Money isn't just about buying cars and houses. Money also can make a difference between being with someone you love, like my mom on her 90th birthday. So I'm gonna walk to Starbucks now. I'm walking right by. I can hear this young man yelling help right now. Mom, who was married to my dad since she was 18, my dad was 20. With him, they celebrated their 71st wedding anniversary. They had a wonderful life. But they knew that one day, one of them most likely was going to pass before the other. Although my mom and dad, when I was with them, June 5th, they said their prayer is that they both die in their sleep, right? And they just wait, they don't wake up. They honestly felt that way. There's nothing more they wanted to do. They couldn't do all the things they had been doing, including my own father. He couldn't paint every day, he couldn't ride his bicycle. They actually were at peace with just going to bed one night and not waking up the next day. This is a picture of Paul Beeson, the best man, on our wedding. Sharon and I got married October 18th, 1981 in the Self-Realization Fellowship Church in Encinitas, California, where we went to church on a regular basis to hear the ministers read from the Bhagavad Gita and the Bible and meditate. And those were some of the happiest times of my life. I met Sylvia. See, I said Sylvia. I met Sylvia. See, I interchanged Sylvia, Sharon, and Sophia Rashkin, 3 women that were a big part of my life, but I only had one wife, maybe never will have another wife, that proposed to me 3 weeks after we met. And I was doing soulmate affirmations in my apartment right around the corner from the Self-Realization Fellowship Meditation Gardens where Paramahansa Yogananda lived. And that gardens and the ashram was established in 1945. And I had the good fortune all through my 20s and 30s to live in Encinitas. Now, after Sharon and I were married, October 18th, 1981, the SRF Temple, Paul, our best man, Sharon and I went to the New Mexico School of Natural Therapeutics in Albuquerque, New Mexico. I actually have the diploma right over here because I'm reviewing my life. I think you and all human beings should review your life through spoken word and photographs. This is the New Mexico School of Natural Therapeutics diploma that Paul Beeson, the best man, and Sharon and I received in New Mexico on July 23rd, 1982. We went back to Encinitas, California, and I have a bunch of other photos here, including the poster Sylvia Chin Santos gave me, and my dad's painting, and this is my video studio. And I got one other photo I want to show you before we move on to the next video. This is a picture of Sharon and I at the SRF Meditation Gardens, right around the corner from where Paramahansa Yogananda lived and wrote the autobiography of a yogi. And this is what I look like on my wedding day. Most of my friends don't know about this, but if I make video and talk about it, they then will know my life story through video and spoken word. Really, that's what they wanted. I talked to my dad about it. They knew my dad was on hospice care. That's why I drove 14 hours and 900 miles on June 4th and got there June 5th, because my dad called me and said he was dying. My mom sent me a text that Dad's dying. I originally booked it South. I'm making another video saying the same thing, just kind of trying to do a shorter version. Anyway, long story short, the last time I would see my dad is June 6th. I was with him one whole day and the next day. And unfortunately, I would never see him again. And he would pass away. He would actually live another 10 months. He thought he was just going to live till the end of the week, but he ended up living with a walker, oxygen, in his home for 10 more months before he would ultimately be in a hospital bed in the same living room where I visited with him, and would pass away on the morning of March 17th. But my mom said it was really difficult. He didn't eat for 8 days. He couldn't open his eyes. He couldn't talk. He could hear my mom talking to him. My mom could squeeze his hand. He could squeeze her hand so she could say stuff, and he'd squeeze her hand to acknowledge, I'm hearing you. And he knew, I'm sure, that he was dying. She knew he was dying, but had to wait for him to take his last breath. I can imagine. Now, my mom has told me that was really difficult, and I knew it was going to be, because I overheard my mom talking on the phone when I was there, asking hospice, what do I do for my dad, for my husband's cremation? And they said, we'll take care of it. Both my mom and my dad both wanted to be cremated. So the truth is, it's been since March 17th, my dad is actually in an urn, ashes on the same dining room table I sat and talked to him when I visited him. And my mom said they didn't want a funeral. They didn't want to spread the ashes over Grand Canyon or something. So my dad's actually still in the home, but in the form of ashes. So it happens to every one of us, even my dad. But he lived a full life. So I dedicate this video. In fact, my videos really aren't just about me. They're about my mom and my dad. My mom said, I'll just wrap up with this. My mom said, you know, our lives could be a book. Now, funny thing is, Mary Laverty, one of my taxi cab riders that mentioned me in her book, Stop Screaming at the Microwave, How to Connect Your Disconnected Life, oddly enough. And I used to have Handle My Life at Brooke. She mentioned me in 2 books, but she has a 3rd book that I thought really hit home. It's called Touching Tomorrow, about how to make a video about your parents' life so you can leave a legacy, so it's like their life matters. Now, to be honest with you, I'll just finish this short video. My mom is having a very difficult time. Now, she actually writes emails, but I might suggest to her that she entertain the possibility, because she's probably going to outlive me, to actually write about their life. Don't worry if she's going to be an author or it's going to be published or anyone cares about it, because here's the deal. Matthew McConaughey and Tony Robbins and Dean Graziosi talk about the value of 30 minutes of handwriting your feelings. She does emails, but handwriting your feelings in a journal, 30 minutes in the morning, 30 minutes in the evening is therapy. And it's your own, capturing your thoughts so you can look back over the journey you've had, especially this really important journey for the next year. I'm gonna suggest that to her mom. Now, there's a lot to unpack here. So I'm going to bring this video to close. I'm going to push this button. This will be sent to this phone. And this is what I do. I have one more day off before I go into my rent-a-car tomorrow. And it's going to be back on the grind after I save my apartment. It was such a relief to talk to my manager just yesterday morning and asked her, did you get the cashier's check? I dropped it in the mail slot on Saturday. It was closed. The bank was closed. And she assured me that she did. And I'm going to save my apartment. But I'm going to officially know it when I see the zeros on my resident app instead of the 2,400, whatever it is. I see zeros. As of now, the middle of the month, I'm cool. It's very important because I made a decision to save my apartment and not my car because I get $11,400, be able to pay my rent, still have $9,000 left over. Not that that's gazillions of dollars, but I didn't want to be sleeping in my car and lose this apartment. That's the bottom line. But I'm with some friends.
Why are you recording me eating?
Well, it's good. It's live. You can.
Hey, Doug friends. I'm eating.
Okay, I'm gonna have them all introduce themselves. This is my friend.
I'm Brian Couch.
Okay.
How you doing?
And Sandy.
I am Sandy Fun. I am from Lima, Peru. And I lived in Georgia, but I recently moved to San Antonio, Texas. And I just met Doug like 3 days ago.
Yeah.
He's an awesome guy. We love him. We've been able to share awesome stories, and he inspires me so much. And I can't wait to travel with you more often.
And I want to say that Brian and Sandy, I watched their videos, and I was inspired by their. I think they went 2016. They went to 13 countries. And I didn't tell you guys, but I watched that one video of you guys with, how you met and stuff. That Miracle Network
Oh, you
thing.
did?
Yeah,
Oh my
I
gosh.
actually shared that with people.
That's
and,
so cool.
Yeah, and
Thank
I thought
you.
that was really inspiring. Because
Thank you.
even though I'm not in a relationship, I'm a romantic guy, and I really
Aw,
appreciate
you're
you
a very
guys.
sweet guy.
You guys are an awesome couple. Brian, by the way, I'm really happy
Thank
for you,
you.
bro.
Me
I'm really happy.
Thank you.
You guys are an awesome couple.
And that's what we like doing. We like inspiring people to travel.
Yeah.
Couples
Yeah.
is the best way to spend your time, your money. It's an investment in yourself. What I've been able to experience in traveling with a lot of people, it's just how similar we all are. How we have the similar struggles, our dreams, but what's important is that knowing that you have people there to support you and help you along the way in this journey.
Absolutely.
So
it's a miracle with you guys.
yes,
You guys are-
yes,
Cool,
we
cool.
love Doug.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, it's your turn to introduce yourselves.
Hi. Wait, can we do it this way?
Okay, let's go this side. Forgive my amateurish stuff. This is my first time, so.
Hi. What's up? My name's Alexis Olson. I'm from Boise, Idaho, and I met Doug a couple days ago as well. And yeah, it's been cool getting to know people that are doing life differently and hang out with them in Florida.
Yeah, absolutely. We're just having fun. We're just chilling out. Oh, well, we can
rewind.
we can go back. Do you want to say something else?
I don't know. Wait, what else am I
What
saying?
were you saying, Brian?
Oh. Well, you have plans of leaving. What happened?
Oh my gosh. Okay, can I hold it actually?
Yeah.
So,
We're thinking about staying longer.
yeah,
Oh my
they,
God, I was actually
She's gonna stay even longer now.
I was almost gonna stay longer.
well, I was supposed to fly out 2 days ago,
Yeah.
and then I decided not to because these guys convinced me to stay, and so I changed my flight, and I'm just gonna hang out with them for a bit longer.
How much
And
longer?
Maybe we see what happens.
we'll talk about it. No,
Yeah, she loves us so much.
they are
Taking
fun.
out for 10 days.
She
Yay.
decided to get an apartment, not go back.
And we're gonna travel a lot more. We're gonna go to Orlando, maybe Atlanta, right?
Yeah, actually, that's
It'll
true.
be fun.
It
Yeah,
just,
she already confirmed Atlanta.
it's
on
just,
video now.
it's just amazing how things
And
happen.
it was meant to happen. it because they didn't charge you to change your flight or anything.
Yeah,
right?
they didn't charge me anything, which never happens.
To hang out with
And
us
it's
longer.
funny, I got this Airbnb, yeah, it's kind of in the hood, but I got a bigger one. Not knowing what.
It's a good
Yeah,
Airbnb.
Yeah,
but
it's
I
nice.
didn't know. Honestly, I thought, well, I'll get this if I have to pay it myself. That's okay. But I wanted to make it big enough so we could have more people in it. But it's not.
Yeah. This is awesome.
All right.
Okay.
Hey, how's it going? My name is Brian Velez. I'm actually I'm from here, Miami, Florida, which is about an hour from where we're at right now. And I met Doug a couple of days ago as well at the event. Doug went through hell to get here, but he made it happen no matter what. And so far he's a cool guy. He got an Airbnb for everyone to hang out at. And he's got some passion, man. He's got some passion to actually help you be able to just live a better life, whether that's in health, whether that's in wealth, or just being like me and not caring about your boss telling you to comb your hair or nothing like that.
And what I love about our connection is, even though there's an age difference, you're going through something very similar in your life as I went through in my early 20s that I can completely relate to. So it really doesn't matter. Age doesn't matter. We're all.
What is that story?
What's that?
What is that story?
What is that? What is he going through?
Hi, thanks for jumping on.
Well, when I was 24, this is the short version. When I was 24, I hate to sound like.
Tell that person over there.
Yeah. When I was 24, I had a girlfriend that committed suicide, and I dreamt about it before it happened. And it just shook my whole world to the point that I sold everything I owned. I went to Europe, and I just no longer wanted, I had an apartment, a sports car, all that stuff, and I just wanted to let that all go because that no longer meant anything for me. And I stepped out into that mystery, just took a chance, took a bus ride across the United States, took a plane to London, landed in London on New Year's Eve, and from that point forward, I just felt like that was my passion. I thought, this is what I want to do the rest of my life. But then what happens is life happens. 20 years went by, and I didn't go anywhere until I fell in love with someone online, went to Brazil. Okay, now another 20 years have gone by, and I recently went to Japan. So my point is, I have this passion for travel, and I'm comfortable now, but I feel like, now that I've got my house and my car and my job, and I'm secure, it's not really fulfilling me. And when I saw Brian and Sandy on video traveling around, being free spirits, this whole minimalist lifestyle, I can really relate to it. Okay? And what we were talking about the other night, that you just recently moved, made a transition.
Yeah.
You were trying to communicate how you just feel like, even though your mother may feel one way.
Yeah, she doesn't get it yet.
Yeah, you feel this way about it.
Yeah.
Okay. And I went through the same thing. My parents didn't understand. They said, why are you selling everything? You have a career, you have a house. Why are you leaving? And I just was, there's a Cat Stevens song that's called Father and Son. And maybe you haven't ever, I'll send you a link, but it's a father and son. It's about Cat Stevens having this conversation about his father, his mother, not understanding, but he had to follow his bliss. He had to follow his dream. And I was encouraging you to do that because I can relate to that.
Absolutely. Yeah, you gotta just.
What about you, Dylan?
Yeah,
What about you? Share your
so sort of similar, right? I've been looking for a different way to make money online, right? I was kind of tired of the traditional 9 to 5, having to go to a job every single day, and it's like I felt as if the more I went, the more I hated it, right? And during my journey, I went through some stuff, right? I kind of got scammed for some money. I lost a relationship that I felt at the time was a relationship that I really wanted, and then I lost my job, right? But what I didn't realize at the moment is that was actually a journey. That was actually at the beginning of my journey, right? That, like, I was already on a journey, but that was the beginning of a new journey. And what that did was it actually put me into a corner where I actually had to work my ass off. Where when I had a job, I kind of was like, I'll work tomorrow because I got this guaranteed paycheck that it doesn't really value my time, to be honest. And I worked my ass off, and fast forward to now, I'm still jobless, but it's because it's by choice. It's not because I can't get a job. And I get to hang out with cool people like Doug, cool people like Brian and Sandy, cool people like Alexis. And I don't need to comb my hair when I decide I don't want to comb my hair, right? And like I had to comb my hair at work because if not, like someone would probably tell me something. So the point is like follow your heart, follow your dreams, and just live your life the way you want to live it, right? But at the same time, don't forget about your health, right? And Doug could probably tell you a little bit about something about your health and how you could make that, keep that in line. Because if you have health, then you're gonna have wealth. That's it. I think that's it.
That's awesome. That's awesome. What about you want any more comments? You're from Boise, Idaho, and now
Yeah.
we're in Florida. What's it like for you?
Well, what do you mean? What is it like?
I mean, this is a completely different environment than where you're living.
Yeah, no,
She said she wants to move down here.
Yeah, no, I.
Is it kind of out of your comfort zone? I mean,
No, I've actually traveled a lot, and so like my story is very similar. Like I knew that I didn't want to live a normal life or work for somebody else, and so I've been like, having side hustles online and like building clientele and connections, and just really devoting my extra time when I wasn't at work to helping other people. And through that, I've been able to create an income where I've been able to travel. So I've actually been to Florida, I think 3 times now. And then before I was living in Idaho, which was only for this last month, I was also traveling in Vegas, in California, and Dallas, and really all over the country because of what we all do online. So that's my story. How's your food?
Oh my god. So, grab a Sandy. Hey Holly, what's up, David? So look at my plate now. That's how good it was. You guys, Brazilian steakhouses are incredible. I've done a fair share amount of traveling myself. I met Doug. I was actually going to jump in his truck and go for a while with him, but then I met Sandy, and so we've been to about 25 countries over the last 2.5 years. And we're on a mission to see all the national parks in the U.S. I think we've probably seen maybe 20 or so at this point. What do you think, 30?
20-something.
20-something. And I can say one thing, these last 3 years of traveling and seeing the world, experiencing different cultures, very different from our own. Not only is it fun and really, really cool and exciting, and every day you're fired up to wake up, but you also learn a lot more about yourself, and you learn a lot more about people and different people and how they are. And I'd love to help you out holding that. I know your arms got to be getting tired. My hands are covered in butter. So all I can say is, reach out to Doug and connect with him. He's a super, super awesome guy.
thank you. I think, well, I don't know if anybody's even on here, but thank you for watching.
All right, you got Holly, you got David, you got a couple other people. Eric Rayner.
Okay, well, thanks for tuning in, and this will also be recorded. So this is my very first live hangout again from Florida with my special friends. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next one. By the way, I'm going to be doing one of these every single day to infinity. So stay tuned. We're going to be doing one of these every single day, whether I'm on the road or wherever I am. So watch for them. There'll be another one coming up tomorrow, which we'll still be in Florida. I might be hanging out with these guys. So thanks for tuning in.
To infinity.
To infinity. Yes. So.
I like that commitment. You're awesome, Doug. You're gonna help so many people.
Bye, guys.
Okay, we'll sign off. Hey guys, we're signing off.
Hi, it's nice meeting you, Doug's friends. Hopefully we see you with us on one of these trips.
Yep.
So
Absolutely. Thank you for tuning in. Say goodbye.
Yeah, Nice. I kind of got some food in my mouth, but nice to meet you, Holly, David, and everyone else is watching. And I'm gonna try to do something better than Alexis.
Thank you. Thank you for tuning in. Signing off. Have a wonderful day wherever you are. Every ride is documented. Like this week, all the way through when I started, I can go to my iPhone and go to ride number 1, ride number 2. I could go to any time this last 2 years and look at all the rides I picked up, the time I picked them up, the time I delivered them, how much I made that day. It's all documented.
へえ、すごい。
Yeah,
In
so
the iPhone, in your
yeah,
phone.
yeah. So what's good is for accountability to think, how did I, cause and effect? How did I get in this situation? And I can go back to when I sold my Prius, and then I worked in the summertime, and I can look at all the weeks and days of the summer and go, oh, no wonder I'm doing bad. Look at these weeks. Look at this day. Look at this week. I only worked $50, or I only worked 5 hours. It's a good way to hold you accountable, to understand your accountability. So everything is
You can
documented.
analyze
Yeah.
the situation.
Yeah. So you can say, okay, I take responsibility because the reason I'm in this situation is because this summer when I sold my car and I paid all my bills, I paid my rent, I paid everything. Oh, you have to go? You're leaving? But anyway, my point is, it's all good. You're leaving the temple.
Now, so I live in this small room. I want to show you the Hongyoji temple.
Oh, okay.
Thing.
Oh, okay.
なんだっけ? But in the early morning, is there any customers?
Oh yeah, there's customers 24 hours a day. That sometimes it's slower than others, but also the app tells me the best times to work. The app is a very good app. So you're walking into the big room?
Now I left the room, now outside.
Oh, you're outside.
Yeah. Do you remember the Hongyoji building?
Oh yeah. Are you actually walking to the train?
ほら、本行寺、こんな感じで。
Oh wow.
本行寺、name.
Yeah.
本行寺。で、スカイツリー、maybe スカイツリー。
Oh well, there's a sky tree. Wow. Wow, there's a sky tree where we met. Show me that again. Look how close that is. Wow. And here's the front door. Wow. Wow, this.
Yeah. メンバーそうです。本行寺メンバー。
Oh wow.
なお、映ってるからハローって言ってもらって。
Hello.
誰ね、この
Konnichiwa.
アメリカの人。ハロー。
Konnichiwa. Happy New Year. Konnichiwa. Wow. Hello. Hello.
ダグラスさんって言ってもらっていいですか？ダグラスさん、こんにちは。ダグラスさん。
Hello. Hello. Hello.
あ、そう、アメリカのあったもんな。そう、Do you remember
Hello.
おさん。Hello.
Hello.
そう、ほら、ありがとうございます。あ、そうなんです。いや、あれ？トラックのね。あ、そう、トラックの方です。あれ。
Oh, wonderful.
So she remember about you.
Oh,
You were truck driver. She remembers.
yeah. She looked familiar. Yeah. Well, this was better than being at your house. I got to see the temple.
Yeah. ね。いやいや。
Maybe
みんな
maybe
very nice.
maybe we could do the temple meetings more often.
Sometime.
Yeah. Yeah. So are you going to?
はい。
Are you
We
going
have
to?
to decide the next meeting.
Okay. When's the next meeting?
Maybe. Tomorrow again 11 o'clock will be fine for you. Tomorrow 11 for me, so same time tomorrow.
Okay. Okay.
7.
Okay. 7 o'clock tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Okay. Okay, my friend. I'll let you go. Thank you for showing me the temple.
Yeah. See you tomorrow.
Okay. Bye bye. Have a good day.
Sylvia, of course, I don't have to say this is Andy/Doug, but here's the bottom line. If you're here, well, this is going to sound really funny if you're watching this video. You may not understand this like I do. You're not here. I'm talking to my 1 terabyte phone that has 5,000 videos. I'm 71 years old. It's January 24th, 2025. I'm talking to you in my real time, and in your real time, you don't even know I'm talking to you. And frankly, I don't know if you're in Brazil. I don't know if you're in England. I don't know if you're happy. I don't know if you're healthy. I don't know if you're married, you have a boyfriend, a husband, a partner. I don't know how things are going with Sabini, Livia, and Tomas. I don't know why I'm sending these videos in the first place, and I just see a little circle and there's no response. There's no text. There's not even any indication whether you've just opened up Facebook Messenger and saw the hour video, turned it off, and just went about your life. I have no idea. I'm completely in the dark. So the big question for me is, why am I doing this? Why am I sending you videos after I have not seen you since April 20th, 1999? It's the big question for me. I don't understand why spirit or my inner heart or the pure part of my, whatever you want to call it. See, there is a difference between romantic love, in my opinion. You and I may disagree on this. Romantic love, in my parents' case, is kind of one extreme. I don't know if you know this or watch my videos or even know my story, because we are only boyfriend-girlfriend from July, when you met in 1998, read from the Course in Miracles, to when I got on the plane and left Brazil, April 20th, 1999, at age 45. That was a brief 7 weeks of my entire life. And I've had others, including my one and only wife that was married 5 years, or even Sophia Rashkin, who I had a very close, not romantic, intimate relationship, but a soul relationship for 13 years. She's actually been to my house in Arizona. She was in Power Network. In fact, I paid her and her husband $2,500 to mentor with them 14 years ago. And she would end up leaving the business, and I would help her pack her house, and she would become a shaman and a channel, and she would introduce me to her children, her sister, and her friends and her family as part of her love tribe. I was really close to her, still am, for 13 years, but we were not married. stuff happening, light stuff. And I've got these magnets on my thing where I can put the phone so you can't read. I got my Squire. We'll call it the Top Gun. We can reframe it, you know. It'll be night's transportations training, but we can call it what we want, right? You get to go through the Top Gun, driving to Tokyo, high performance ninja team training. It's the entry point. You have to go through that training before you even get qualified to be on the high performance team, right? You have to be weird. You have to go through Squire, okay? Which means you have to be a part of night, which means you have to go through the orientation. You have to go out with one of their trainers, okay? I could train you, but just to keep everything above board, including you have to go through one of the recruiters. Let's go all the way back to the beginning. Recruiter, okay? Squire, orientation, go out with the trainer. Go out in the truck, get your own truck, and start going down the highway. Get your first load, okay? Grasshopper, you have to get some experience before you join our team. So, I don't take anybody. You have to qualify to be a part of the Driving to Tokyo team. What do you mean you have to qualify? I've already qualified to be. I'm a night employee, I'm a driver. Yeah, of course, you know, you are. But you're got to make sure you're one of us. You know, you're one of us, because we all have to vibrate at the same level. You know, we have to have the same vision. We have to be synchronized. You know, you have to be on the same wavelength. So we have to be able to use the same code language. When I talk about certain stuff, you can't think it's weird. You have to understand it's total creative intelligence, emotional intelligence. You're gonna have to be different than all the other truck drivers. Okay. So first you have to be a regular truck driver. Go through the regular steps, just like I did. I was a regular truck driver about 12 years ago. And then I became enlightened about 3 years ago when I went to Japan. Okay. Now, for you to become enlightened, driving to Tokyo, high performance team member, you also have to go to Tokyo. But before you even go to Tokyo, you have to go through a recruiter. You have to, you know, just make the decision to be a truck driver, go through Squire, orientation, training. You know, that's going to take you a while. It took me about 45 days to get through all the preliminary things. And then I drove for about 7 months before I even thought, I got this thing. Woo, I got this thing. I want to do this. I want to do this thing. Now that's 12 years ago. Okay.
Transfer it out.
See, here's the bottom line. I'm a romantic, but oddly enough, my parents have been married and was married to the day my dad died, 71 years. I'm their one and only son. They're an example of true, lifelong, to death do us part. Oddly enough, they say we model our parents, but unfortunately, although I was married once, and I don't know if I told you this, I can't even remember how much I talked about my life and how much you talked about your life. But here's the bottom line. I'm very sad, and I think about every day, that you and I aren't friends like I'm friends with Amy. It kind of makes me feel that romantic love is the worst kind of love in the world if it doesn't work. Romantic love can be the worst love in the world when your heart is broken, you go through a breakup or a divorce, especially if it's not your idea. See, Martin Luther King said, there's no great love without great disappointment. So I feel, why am I making these videos? Believe it or not, Sylvia, you may not understand this because you have never seen me in my real world. I've seen you in your real world. That's where we have an imbalance, and that's why we're out of sync. I think one of the reasons is, well, first of all, obviously we're not using Facebook Messenger where I can see you, you can see me, we can actually see each other. Doesn't matter whether you're married, single, in Brazil or England, what time zone you're in, as long as you're on planet Earth and you're alive and you have a phone and you can go to Facebook Messenger, that seems like you're going, and you click on video, we can see each other. I'm hoping that happens before I die. If it doesn't happen before I die, I will have, because I have it now, it's been there for 20-something years, a heartbreak. When I think of you, you will be a disappointment. I don't want you to be a disappointment, but unfortunately, if we continue doing the silent thing, that's what's going to happen. Now, here's the bottom line. I'm going through the worst, most challenging, from November 5, 2021 to present day, chapters in my whole entire life. And you, for a brief 7 weeks, were the happiest, the most treasured, the most beautiful, green light, happy times I've had. But it was just 7 weeks. Now, I had a happy time with my wife, who proposed to me after only knowing me 3 weeks. We were married 5 years. I guess if I would have, my whole world would flash before me and I'm looking at all the things in this incarnation, I guess Sharon, even though it ended in divorce, would have to be the only woman that proposed to me. She's the only woman that got married in the Self-Realization Fellowship Church. She's the only woman that our best man and she and I went to the New Mexico School of Natural Therapeutics. This was 1981. So this was, I met you 98. This would be 17 years before we met. See, my life story is worth talking about. And here's something that's kind of weird. I used to send you videos. When I told you that the post office where I sent you VHS tapes was across the street from my Mercantile Square loft where I was living. As of today, I'm not living there any longer. Everything's impermanent. I was trying to tell you, I used to send you a VHS tape at that post office, Global Priority Mail. I wasn't saying, I'm trying to send you a VHS tape now to your address in Brazil or England. I don't even send VHS tapes. I was trying to tell you I used to send you. It cost me $12 or $13, took 10 days. And now with this phone, if this was a 1-minute message, I could send you a 1-minute message. It'd be there instantaneously. And yet you said you're confused. It's sad. When we had over 2,000 pages of email back and forth, and I was writing you, and we were talking, and phone calls were 50 cents a minute, and I had to fly all the way to Brazil. You were kind enough to put me up in your apartment. I met Sabine, Olivia, and Tomas when they were teenagers. We went to Rio Claro. We went to Porto Seguro. I actually have a real live experience with you. Granted, it was like when you were 37 and now you're 63, but that's what's different. You've never been with me on my home turf. Now, you may have been here because I think you have dual citizenship, and I know you married Arthur in a dual wedding with Livia, and I believe you went to Japan. I don't know if it was before or after but we have some things in common. But the bottom line is, I don't understand why we cannot talk. I don't have any romantic interest. I don't have any romantic expectations. When I've said stuff like, I'm a different person, I'm more interesting, it wasn't out of ego at all. Because my writer, Sylvia, I just had this happen. I'm down almost at 10 minutes. I just picked up a woman named Claire. True story. I just literally made a video in St. Mark's. I went online, I picked her up, instantaneously we had a connection. She subscribed to my channel. I gave her my phone number. She goes to St. Mark's. We're going to start meeting on a regular basis, not for romantic reasons, but she's going to be the first writer. I now picked up over 4,000 that I'm going to begin the process of masterminding and talk about Matthew McConaughey, Dean Graziosi, and Tony Robbins. I thought you'd be interested in this stuff. Well, what can I do? I'm not going to sit and talk to myself on camera and make videos and keep sending you videos, as much as I have this belief that eventually something's going to click with you. But I feel like, sadly and regretfully, even I'm just talking to myself on camera, I pretend I'm talking to you, that I don't want this to be the biggest heartbreak, disappointment, not romantically, but human experience when I've sent video after video after video after video after video after video after video trying to share myself, not just to talk about myself, but to get you to talk about yourself via video. But you said you were shy. Now, you did leave me a 20-second message years ago. So if we don't talk and I just drop off and we close Messenger, we'll never see each other or talk again. And it'll be a conceptual death. A conceptual death means I'm not dead yet. You're not dead yet. But we're not talking. We have no relationship. And it's by your choice. And I guess I'll have to kind of mirror that choice and go on. And it breaks my heart. It will forever break my heart. Because I thought, out of all the people in my lifetime I met, you were one of the people that I would have as a lifetime friendship. But obviously, I may feel that way, but if you don't, and you reject me because you don't like me, because you don't find any of the stuff interesting, or you feel like I talk too much about myself, or I'm just making these videos to talk about myself when there's nothing further than truth. It's not what it appears. And frankly, I don't know why I'm doing this. It's a mystery to me, because I have people that love me, and I also have people that don't. Even my two sisters do not like me. My one sister, Kathy, said, "You cease to exist." My own mother would not lend me $750 to save my apartment. My life is far from perfect. I just lost my apartment. My mom would not even lend me $750 to save my apartment. I told her I'm going to be homeless. She wouldn't do it. My own mother doesn't care that I'm homeless and sleeping in my car in the middle of winter. Now that sucks. It does. But nevertheless, this is about the hero's journey. This is about turning poison into medicine. This is about taking everything I'm learning from the three best mentors I could have: Tony Robbins, Dean Graziosi, and Matthew McConaughey. I told this young lady that I picked up that's going to watch my channel today. Driving to Tokyo, I had a chance for 20 minutes in real time tell her what it's about. And I'm going to push this button, and this will be a 13-minute clip. Whether I use it, chop it up, well, we'll see. But I do know I love making videos. I'm hoping one of these days, you open it up and you watch more than 20 seconds. And you may be open to possibly having video calls like I have with Amy. But if you don't, what can I do? I'm trying my best to connect with you. Not as a boyfriend, as just simply Andy, the 71-year-old version without the beard. Parked in front of and I've got to work today. In fact, I've got to make $500 this weekend to pay my Beyond Debt Resolution check. And I am on a grind. And I don't even have an apartment. I'm going to owe $4,000 on my apartment. The only good news is once I pay that off at $400 payments for 10 months, I'm free of my apartment. I'm not going to pretend to have an apartment anymore. I have an apartment because it's a liability. I should have listened to actually, it's all happening for a reason. See, when things fall apart, they're actually coming together. They have to fall apart to come together. See, I'm not going to tell myself I will never have another apartment, because that may not be true. I'm not going to tell myself that I fucked up, because I didn't fuck up in a way, because it's karma. And it may be my fuck up, like Dean teaches, my mess is my message. So let's push the stop button on this. Again, January 24th, Saturday morning. I just did one ride with Claire, but I'm going to work 12 hours every single day, but that still leaves me 12 hours to do whatever I want to do, including get reconnected to St. Mark's Coffee House. That's the bottom line.